Okay, hi guys. I have got my Zoom going and I have got my TikTok going at the same time. Welcome to the second chapter. And what I'm doing today is we have got some new members in our community. If you want to join the community, then go up to my link on my profile and just click the Linktree link, and you'll see in there the second chapter. Download the app. It's the Mighty Networks app. Download the app and come and join the second chapter. It's free to join. All you got to do is download the app. Yeah, but it's for ladies only. Now, I have had a guy join, but I'm not sure why the guy has joined. So I am trying to question that. And we'll just see where we go from there. Okay, you've got to be careful these days, haven't you? You've got to be really careful what you say to people. So I'm good, thank you very much. I'm good. So like I say, I am on my Zoom session in the second chapter as well as on TikTok as well. So first of all, let me just give a little bit information about myself. For those that have just joined the second chapter, my name is Carolyn Wellington. I have been in the health and wellness industry for over 40 years. I am now 63 years of age and post-menopausal. So, last time I came on here, I was letting you know about the new guy. I'll tell you about that in a minute. If you hang fire, let me get through this recording, and then I'm happy to talk about the guy that's in my life that is now my husband. So, okay, so don't go anywhere. So, so my name's Carolyn. I have been in the health and wellness industry for over 40 years. I am a life coach. I am a sports remedial therapist. I am a radio presenter. I have my own health and wellness show. I am a life coach. I also do women's health, but I'm now training to become a menopause coaching specialist. So this is why I have the second. Thank you, Miss M. This is why I have started the second chapter, because there's lots of coaches out there, as you will be aware. There's so many coaches out there that, because I think the reason the coaches are out there is because when COVID hit, everybody came online. And coaching is one of the easiest things to do, because you don't even have to have a qualification. I do have a qualification, but you don't even have to have a qualification. And you're finding that young people are thinking this is a great way to get into coaching, which it is. I'm not taking that away from anybody. But when you're an older female or male and you're going through life's crises, a young person in their 20s and possibly 30s don't really have the life experience. And so I think the reason, I qualified way back when. I qualified as a life coach in 2001. But before that, I was a nurse. I did my nurse training. As I say, I'm a sports remedial therapist, and I have coached women for many, many years, plus gone through the life experiences myself. So all the things that we go through, bereavements of parents, children growing up and flying the nest, menopause, pre-menopause, menopause when you're in the throes of it, and post-menopause, which is where I am now. I've gone through being a single parent, I've gone through relationship breakups, I've gone through anxiety, I've gone through stress, I've gone through losing jobs. I've gone through, you know, trying to budget and make my finances tick over so that everything is paid for and my kids are happy. I've gone through it all. So at 63 now, I have a wealth of life experiences, which I am happy to share with anybody and everybody that needs that support. And so this is why I have continued to do what I do. And now at this age, as I say, at 63, now at this age, what I'm trying to do is become a menopause specialist, because menopause, it never goes away. You know, I don't care who you are, menopause is going to hit you. And when it hits, it can be quite a shock. We're aware of it, but we don't know anything about it. And menopause can hit as early as about 35. You know, women can go through it really early, but for the majority, it's probably your mid to late 40s, into your 50s, and so forth. And everybody's symptoms are different. So who am I to talk about menopause? I'm a woman that's gone through, like I said, I've got life experiences. So who am I? But everybody's is different. Now, my menopause, I didn't even know I was in menopause. I remember I was married at the time, and I was just always, I was stressed, I was shouting, I was crying, nothing was right, my relationship wasn't right. I didn't understand until my husband at the time went to work, and some woman, and I'm saying it like this, some woman, because that's how it felt at the time, some woman turned around and said, she's in menopause. When he came home and told me, and he said, you know, when he came home and told me, and he said, you know, this woman says you're in menopause, I absolutely flipped. And so I didn't realize back then that I was, sorry, I'm looking at two screens. I didn't realize then that I was in menopause. Now, when I look back, I know I was definitely in menopause. Oh, I will answer that for you. I'll write that question down because I know I'm going to get lots of questions. So just hang fire. How to stop overthinking. That's a good one. Okay, and so, as I say, it's only now that I'm older that I realised that back then it wasn't him. Well, he was contributing to it, I suppose, because he didn't understand. And a lot of men, I'm not going to say all because some are very good, a lot of men do not understand menopause, and they don't understand women. And women, we struggle with men because men do not voice how they feel. They do not, you know, they'd be quite happy to sort of just say, I'm not feeling too good today, so I'm going to go to the pub, or I'm going to go and play golf, or I'm going to go and play dominoes, or I'm going to go and play cards, or I'm going to go and hang out with some friends or whatever. Because they think that you're the nag. They think that the woman is the nag. And he's just thinking, well, I'm not feeling too good, so I'm just going to get out of here. Guys will go and just literally go that opposite direction. And it's because they don't understand. And women don't know how to explain it because women don't understand either. Because, thank you very much, Evelyn, because I think, well, I know, at school, you don't get taught menopause. What do you get taught at school? You get taught about puberty and what happens and what precautions to take and that sort of stuff. That's what they teach you at school. But they don't teach you what's going to happen when you get older. And I think it's important that you know so you can prepare the best that you can. So when it hits a woman, they're getting these hot flushes, they're getting these hot sweats at night, they're moody, they're crying, they're anxious, they're putting weight on, they're sluggish, their self-esteem is low, they stop socializing, their relationships take a big dip, they end up cheating, or the guy ends up cheating. The woman is always crying, but you don't know why. You don't know why until you speak to somebody that's going through it themselves, and they're going, oh yeah, that happens to me. I went to see my doctor and I'm going through the menopause. And the woman goes, oh, so this is menopause. This is it. And that's the first time you get to know about it. So I speak to a lot of ladies in the UK and in the US. And whilst I'm talking to them, they will come to me with stress, they will come with anxiety, they will come with all sorts of things. When we get down to the nitty-gritty, after probably the third session, when we get down to the nitty-gritty, the two things that crop up, the two main things that crop up. I am still in the UK, yes, for the time being. So the two things that crop up is one, my relationship, my husband has lost interest. Okay. The other thing that crops up is that they don't understand why they're gaining weight. And this is causing a big issue for them in their lives. So let me have a look. Hang on a second. I'm female. I want to point out it's not just the men who cheat. Oh, I know. Women do it too. I think I've just said that, haven't I? Women cheat as well as men. It's a 50-50. There's a lot of fingers being pointed at guys, but women are just as bad. So I'm with you on that one. So, so the thing is this is why I am now doing my menopause coaching specialist, to help more women out there that need more information. Okay. So first of all, not necessarily. Women are not necessarily more interested in men. That one I have to disagree with. I don't know how old you are, Tam, but I am going to totally disagree, because I have worked with thousands of men and women. Women are interested in men, but men are very much interested in women. And for men, they are more interested in the younger woman. Whereas for a woman, she wants somebody that's going to take control. I don't mean in a controlling sense, but somebody who's going to make decisions, somebody who's going to support her, somebody who's going to love and care for her, because that's what she feels is missing. And how do I know? Because I'm one of those women. I am one of those women, and felt lonely and felt sad and felt uncared for, and was always in control and making all the decisions. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to say my eyes wandered, but I used to sit. I have a song that I absolutely love, and it's called Given a Chance, and it's by a singer called Babyface. And I used to listen to that song and wish that somebody, hopefully, preferably my husband, but wish that somebody would just say those words to me. Just wish that somebody would say those exact words, or in a roundabout way. Because I felt lonely, I felt all alone. I was a mum with children, and all I could see was me sort of looking after my children, and nothing else mattered. That was it. I was forgetting about me. I'd put myself way at the bottom of the priority list, and that's what women do. I can tell you one thing for sure. that men are very good at putting themselves as a priority, better than women are at putting themselves a priority. You may disagree, but in my own research, in my own connections, not just in the UK, but in the US, as far out as New Zealand, that's where I see it. So let's have a look. Let's have a little look what you're saying. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Peter. Women do have, men do go through a menopause. I have worked and have known a GP for a good 30 years. And we talked about this. We talked about men's menopause, because that is something that I would also love to do, men's menopause. But like I said, men don't speak up, or very few men speak up. There may be some that do, so I'm not going to sort of put everybody in one box. Some do, but I think that, and he also said, and he's a male, he said that men just get on with it, you know, but then men sort of see the extra weight that they're putting on round the middles. It affects the sleep, it affects their sex life, all of those things. But men, well, the minute they start having things like erectile dysfunction, men don't feel like men anymore. And it's sort of the doctors, what can I have to help this? Yeah, there's a little blue pill and other things, but there are also natural things that you can do. So that is something that I, in time, want to look at as well. And I know about the intimacy side of it, because again, I've been in that situation where, you know, one of my relationships, it was like that. And me as a woman, it wasn't really a problem for me, but for him, he didn't feel like a man anymore. So I get it that men do go through some sort of menopause as well. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Men do have a menopause. They do. And men do have menopause. They certainly do. And there's no blame factor here. You know, men stop blaming women. If a woman was more interested, then this wouldn't happen. Unfortunately, medications also have a big part to play in this, both for men and for women. So I don't need to Google it. I've got medics around me that I speak to, I work with, and their patients come in and see them about all of this. I don't need to Google it at all. Like I say, I've known a GP for 30 years and it is a male. I don't need any more than that. So, but anyway, I'll leave you to think what you want to think. So menopause let's go back to women, because this is what I came on to talk about. So for women, it's a bit of a big, dark, deep hole, and we get lost in it, we get sucked in it, and we don't know what's happening. So as a menopause coach, it's about helping the lady or the woman to feel validated and respected, because I think a lot of women lose that as well. It's also making the most of this time, because menopause, you're on a real roller coaster. You really are on a real roller coaster. And whilst you're on this roller coaster, some days are good, some days are bad, some days are indifferent. And it's learning to cope with when the days are good, they're great. When they're bad, they're shocking, aren't they? But when they are bad, what can you do? What can you do to help yourself? So these are some of the things that I will talk about. So helping the female feel validated, helping the female feel respected, okay? And making the most of this time in her life and the potential that it offers the woman. Because ladies, as I say, I am 63, postmenopausal, and having the best time in my life. Okay, once I took control of me, once I made myself a priority, then things changed. Once I started to think about me and my needs, because let me tell you, nobody else cares about your needs. They will care about their own first. And you, as a female, are too busy caring about their needs also. So once you decide to take care of your own needs, you will start to see things change. I'm not going to say better. I don't have a magic wand, unfortunately. But once you start to think more positively, once you start to think, you start to focus, one of the things you need to have is a menopause vision. What are you hoping for when you get to this point in your life? What are you hoping for when you get to the end of your menopause? How do you want to live your life? Who do you want to be? And this is why when I'm coaching, we start with the menopause vision. And when I ask any female, they'll either come back with, I don't know, or they'll come back with, I want to be happy. And when I ask, define happiness, they want a better relationship. They want to be understood. They want to feel good within themselves. I think that's the main thing. They want to feel good within themselves. Okay? They want to sleep better. They want their clothes to look better on them, because all of a sudden they may have been a size 12 and now they're a size 16 or 14 or a 16 or even bigger. And it's like, how did that happen? Again, I'm one of them. And I'm happy to say it. I never had any boobs. I had nothing at all. I hit 50 and bang, they just appeared. And I used to laugh and say, well, Katie Price has got nothing on me. All of a sudden I'd got from nothing to something, you know, and I felt uncomfortable and I just didn't know. And I was always like this. I'd wear tops up to here and I'd cover myself and I'd try and flatten them down and stuff. And it's about learning to accept what is happening to your body. Once you learn to accept what's happening in your body. So yeah, I went through it and I had to learn to accept. So now I accept. I've got these babies here. I accept, you know, so I've got to live with them. They're not going away. Yeah, you can have boob jobs and things like that, reductions. Listen, I used to nurse them when they used to go wrong in my nurse training. Nobody's putting a knife near these things. I'm sorry. Nobody's putting a knife near anything, because when it goes wrong, it goes drastically wrong. But there are so many other things that you can do. Acceptance is the first. The first thing is making yourself a priority. The second thing is acceptance. Okay, those are the two hardest things to deal with, and it takes time. So the first thing you need is a menopause vision. Once you have a goal and once you have something to work towards, it starts to make things a little clearer. Have a look. Let's have a look. Nobody wants to get old. Nobody wants to get old. But unfortunately, you can't stop it. It's part of life cycle. You're going to get old whether you like it or not. Okay? But whilst you've got this life, you have one life. Take care of it. Take care of it. When you get to a certain age, please stop saying, oh, I'm 50, I'm old. Oh, I'm 60, I'm old. You're not old. Okay? It's all in here. I know you're going to go, no, it's not. But I'm telling you, it's all in here. I don't think I'm old. I don't look in the mirror and see an old woman. What I see is a mature woman, but I don't see an old woman. I don't wake up with aches and pains. I mean, I sleep a good 7-8 hours every night. I'm not in the gym every day. I work from home. I literally work on a laptop 5-6 days a week. So I am no different to anybody that's listening in now or on the second chapter. And guys, if you are interested in what I'm talking about and you are a female and you want to join the second chapter, then there is a link in my bio on the Linktree link. If you go on there, you'll see the second chapter. Click on that and then it will say explore, so you can have a look around it first and then join. It does not cost you anything to join. Nothing. That may change in time. So if you want to get in now, because once I've settled over in America, things are going to change. So if you want to join the second chapter, then the time to get in is now while it's free. Okay, so download the app. It's a Mighty Networks app. So download that onto your phone, and whenever I post something or there's a Zoom coming up or I'm talking about anything to do with menopause or women's health and well-being, you will be notified. Okay, it's a great place for women to get together and talk about this stuff and share your struggles and share your challenges and all of that sort of stuff. Okay, so oh, some people are funny on here. Thank you for the compliment. I'm just having a read. Sorry, I don't want to miss anything. Let's have a look. Sorry, guys. I'm definitely 63. Definitely 63. I'm writing your questions down because I say I'm on my Zoom at the same time. So let me just, so one was overthinking, holidays. I'm grey now. Yeah, I'm grey. I am grey. Guys, you know, it's not just women who colour the hair. My hair, I am mixed. My father's from Belize, my grandfather's from Barbados, my mum's English. So I am mixed. So, yeah, I'm dark skinned. I've got dark hair. My hair is so dark. It's like nearly black. But when the grey hair started coming through, I'm like any woman, any man. I don't want to deal with this. So I went into the hairdressers one day and said, how do I stop this? How do I stop this? I can't stop it, but what can I do to make my life easier? And I went blonde. I went this colour. Everybody thinks this is my natural hair colour because my mum was this colour and they just think I have a tan. So then I have to upset them and tell them I was actually born this colour, which they go, oh, I'm so sorry, which doesn't offend me at all, so don't worry. But yeah, we have our hair thins or we go bald. Even women go bald, you know. So take care of what you've got. Just take care of it. So well, if you're saying you're old in your own head and there's nothing me or anybody else can do to help you. So let's have a little look. Yes, that's right, Miss M. The minute we were born, we are getting older each day. So forget about the numbers. Exactly. You need to get in the second chapter, Miss M. You know, exactly. We need positive people like you in the second chapter. So go and join it. And guys, tap the screen. Let's get some more. Because when I finish my Zoom, I'm going to stay on here. Because this is interesting. They like to listen on Zoom. People just like to listen on Zoom. So let's have a look. You do have to enjoy every single minute of it. I'll talk about alcoholism in a little while. Not that I know much about it. Yeah, I've got overthinking. Yes, I'm fine. So anyway, so yeah, let's go back to where I am, because you guys keep distracting me and I'm just writing the things down. So let me first of all introduce the new people in this in the second chapter. I'm so happy to have you here. So first of all, Gemma, welcome back. It's nice to see you back again. And it's been a while, so it's nice to see you back in here again. Nancy, it's lovely to have you join us, and I can see that you've already put in here, Nancy, your tips for getting through menopause. I like that. I like the positivity. I love positivity, guys, as you can tell. And we have a guy who's joined, and I am questioning this, but I have to be careful these days. And this is a question that I am not sure of. And so I am not about to deny somebody. I need to know the reason why. If I don't get an answer, then I will be deleting them. But why has a guy joined a women's group? Now, we're all into this age, aren't we, of transgenders, etc., etc. I don't know enough about it. I'll be perfectly honest. But if somebody is transitioning from a female to a man, and I want to know if you guys know, or you guys know. I know they get testosterone, but do they still go through some sort of menopause? Do they still go through some change, but do they go through the change as a female if they've transitioned to a man? Or is it different? I don't know. So this is why I haven't deleted the guy from the group, because I'm a very open-minded person. But I want to know the reasons why, Alan, you have joined this group. That's why. So that I can understand or have a better understanding. So yeah, so guys, welcome to the group. It's fabulous having you here. And if you're not watching this now, then you can watch it on catch up later, because I will be posting it into the group. So anything that you've missed, you can catch up later. So let's see. What's Miss M saying? Maybe it's to understand women better, so he's coming to get some. Maybe, I don't know, but I need to know why. And I have to protect my ladies. I really, really do. You know, so some women come into this group because they feel it's a safe haven. So I need to understand. And if I'm not getting any feedback, then unfortunately, I've given him 2-3 days now. But Alan, if I'm not getting any feedback from you, then what I am going to have to do is delete you, because I do have to safeguard the ladies that are joining this group. So yeah, is that fair? Is that fair what I've just said, guys? I'm asking you guys on TikTok here now. Is that fair? Because I know you guys, you're straight on it. You're on it. So is that fair, that what I've just said? Because I personally think it's fair. I have to safeguard my ladies, because this is a safe haven for women who are going through struggles in their lives. So, but welcome, 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 welcome. Okay. So let's see, very much so. Thank you, Miss. It's not fair. Give me a reason. If you're going to tell me it's not fair, give me a reason why it's not fair. You can't just say it's not fair. Give me a reason as to why. Okay. Okay, give me a reason as to why it's not fair when it's about menopause and women's health. Give me a reason why it's unfair to take a guy out of it. When it's menopause, women's health, struggles that women go through, women wanting to make themselves a priority. If you're going to tell me it's unfair, please give me a reason why. Okay. Oh, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be finishing this Zoom in a couple of minutes, just in a couple of minutes, because this was really just about an introduction, just letting them know what menopause is. So the other thing that menopause, this group does, and me as a menopause coach, is to help navigate the challenges and the limitations that women face. Okay, so this is another reason, if you want to be part of the second chapter, then go to the link in my bio, click on it, you'll see the second chapter and come and join me. It's free. Okay, also, it's to look at, and menopause coaching and what I do is to look at and discover new possibilities for the female's life and her body, because like I say, the body does change. Okay, and how to make decisions for herself, okay, without shame or without judgment. Okay, because a lot of women feel they are judged. A lot of women feel they're judged. Guys, I know that, sorry guys on Zoom, I'm also on TikTok. I know that you probably think you get judged, okay? But this is about females at this current time. When I've finished my Zoom, I will come on here and I'm happy to talk about anything. Okay. Oh, I like that one, because women get given everything in life. Men actually have to work. Did you hear that, ladies? Did you hear that? Men have to work and women get everything in life. I'm going to come straight back to you with that one. Straight back to you on that, because that is something that is not true. Okay, let me just come back to you on this one. This is a great conversation. I'm loving this. Okay, women, me, as I'm going to talk about myself, because I don't like talking about other people, but I'm going to talk about me. Me as a woman, I have been a single parent twice. I have had to work so many jobs to bring up my children because the fathers of my children have not committed or paid their alimony. They haven't done it. My child, or my children, when they're sick, I have been the one running to hospital. No husband, no partner in sight. Okay? I have had to do all the schooling, buy the school uniforms, take them to school, go to the parents' evening, etc., etc. I haven't been given a dime, not a dime. I have had to work for everything and still working to this day, but now for me. Okay, nobody is giving me anything. And I'm sure you guys that are in the second chapter will agree with what I'm saying. Okay, nobody gives me anything. Okay, and I don't use anybody for anything. Can I just tell you, when I was married, I walked away from the house with nothing. I didn't even take 50% of anything. I walked away from the house with nothing. No furniture apart from a dining table so that my kids could sit round the table for dinner, and my children's beds. I didn't even have a bed, and I didn't have a dime. I had to sign up for, it was income support back then. I had to sign up for that, or benefits. And I struggled. I really struggled. I went without food to make sure my kids had food. So don't tell me that So don't tell me that women use men and women get everything that they want, because that is not true. That is not true. And also, can I just say that if a man feels a woman is being used, sorry, if a man feels that a woman is using him, or a man feels that a woman gets everything she needs and wants from a man, and you're talking about yourself, that's a choice you've chosen to make. That's a choice you've chosen to make by giving it. More fool you. That's all I can say on that one. Okay, so I'm going to end my Zoom and I'm going to stay on here on TikTok. Guys, if you've got any questions with regards to menopause, if you have any tips for any of the ladies that are in here, and yeah, we'll arrange another Zoom. I will catch you all soon. And yeah, catch you later. See ya. Bye for now.